Hey guys, it's White Manga here on the Saturday AM channel, and we have a special guest today. We're going to be interviewing Narmak, the man behind the SpongeBob anime available here on YouTube. He's a very extremely talented guy. He's even worked on projects like Black Clover. And we talk about a bunch of stuff in a podcast style, answering all frequently asked questions that you guys send to him all the time. What software do you use? When's the next SpongeBob anime? All that stuff is answered in this video, including how he animates, how he got into animation, some wise words for aspiring creators, the tools he uses, the tools he plans to start using, exclusive news on future projects, including an English dub to the SpongeBob anime, the YouTube drama when YouTube tried to take down the SpongeBob video, how it got saved via hashtags trending on Twitter, channel strikes, favorite video games, hobbies, anime openings, and more. It's a fun chat overall, and I hope you guys watch till the end. If you're new to us and what we do, we are the world's most diverse manga anthology magazines, with Saturday AM for shonen content, Saturday PM for seinen content, and Saturday brunch for josei content that's also LGBT and female friendly. The latest issues of all our magazines are always free to read inside our app, so I highly recommend you download, available everywhere. You can find out more and everything you need to know about us inside our app in our starter guide issue. That contains information about our mission, the series we publish, and even character profiles of the lead characters from our core series. We have more magazines, including our first physical magazine called Super Saturday that will be launching later this year. Super Saturday is going to be filled with a lot of cool and surprising content, including a crossover event, kind of like the Avengers Infinity War, but with our characters battling a common enemy. We have toys on the way and even more licensing announcements to come. We've been covered by big sites like Anime News Network, Sci-Fi Wire, Pop Insider, and more. I hope you check us out, and links to everything you could possibly need, including our social media, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff will be linked in the description. Please like, subscribe, and enjoy the rest of the video. Hey guys, this is White Manga here, aka Odunze, and here on the Saturday AM channel with a special guest, mostly known for his really cool SpongeBob animation, done in that Japanese aesthetic for the SpongeBob anime. Shut the internet down once he put it out. Shut the internet down when YouTube tried to take it down. Here with Narmak, honored to have him on the channel, and we're going to be asking a couple questions, just shooting, just having a blast, answering some frequently asked questions by you guys, so he doesn't have to kind of deal with answering it over and over again. But Narmak, how you doing?
What's up, OD? I'm good. How are you?
Doing as good as anybody can possibly be doing right now.
I feel that.
How are you coping with the craziness in the world right now?
I'm just in my house animating like I was before. So to be honest, the same.
You know what? I can relate. Sometimes I get the same question. I'm just like, the world hasn't really changed. Have you seen? Are you familiar with the Scary Movies at all?
The Scary Movies?
Like I know, right? But that's what they're called. The name of the movie is Scary Movie.
Oh, Scary Movie. That's from years ago, man.
Yeah, so it's like a parody of a bunch of movies. Most of them are scary. So there's
a
clip. There's like a clip, I believe, in part 4, where they showed Detroit.
Here's Detroit. And here's Detroit after the attack.
The monsters basically came to Detroit, and like the newscaster was like, hey man, Detroit, this is Detroit before the monsters. And it's all kind of like, well, this is Detroit now with the monsters. And they were trying to do a comparison to Detroit before the monsters. No difference. It was a mess before this.
Oh my God. Detroit jokes never get old.
Oh my gosh. I hated to laugh at it, but it was funny. Anyways.
Hey, all good humor has a hint of truth in it.
Yeah. And then, you can also, obviously, you kind of have an ear and an eye for parody stuff with your SpongeBob animation, which congratulations on all the success and attention you've gotten from that as well. And then overall,
thank you.
With this YouTube channel. Can you tell us a little bit about just yourself and how you got into animation overall?
Yeah. Where should I start? So I guess I'll start with how I discovered anime. And that is like a lot of people my age with Toonami and Adult Swim. The OGs, you got Naruto, Dragon Ball, like some really funky stuff. Samurai Champloo, Full Metal Alchemist, the original, not the remake. Like just the OGs, there's a reason why everyone's like making AMVs and shiz of Dragon Ball and Naruto and stuff, because that's what the West basically grew up with. And I think that was before like anime really became kind of mainstream or bigger. So a lot of people, a lot of guys at least, and girls my age who are watching like, you know, Cartoon Network discovered anime through that. And like you'll be watching like, I don't know, Dexter's Lab or something, and then an hour later you're just watching like this intense fight scene from Naruto, and you're like, oh my, what the it's not this ain't no cartoon I'm used to. So it was really cool. Yeah, I grew up with that, and that was like when I was in elementary school and stuff. And you know, I was like into anime and like mostly shonen stuff, but I wasn't like super duper massive fan. I just really liked it. And then fast forward to high school, when I was a junior in high school, that's when I saw clips of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on YouTube, part 3. And you know, the out of context clips, like they're feeding crap to a baby, like they're saying, oh my god, oh shit. I'm like, what the hell is this? This is awesome. So I started watching anime again. I started watching anime again from JoJo. And then I got back into Naruto, I got back into JoJo, or I got into JoJo. I started exploring like more anime, and I really got into it. And up to that point, I really liked to draw. It wasn't like anything professional or anything. I would literally just doodle on every single piece of homework or worksheet I got. Just draw for fun with my friends, get in trouble. And I think it was my senior year where I really started to try to animate, because after watching a lot of the fight scenes and like a lot of the really intense animation you see in those classics, like one animator's name is Norio Matsumoto. He animated like the really cool fight scenes in part 1 of Naruto, and I was really inspired by him and his work in Naruto. I tried to get into animation based off him. So for my senior year in high school, I just made a bunch of little animations that were also projects that was assigned in high school. Like, for example, one teacher in my econ class would be like, all right, you need to make a video promoting this item, like you're trying to sell it. And then I would make an animation while everyone else was making like just normal videos. For my math class, they're like, all right, I was in one of the higher end math classes in my high school. There wasn't anything above it. I ran out of curriculum. So my teacher was like, all right, just do something that you've never done before, work on that, show it at the end of the year. So I chose animation for that. And that's actually the Naruto animation I have on my channel. That was from math class. Got an A though. Let's go. So it's not related to math at all. I mean, if you saw that video, you're like, you showed this in your math class? Oh my God. But yeah, I showed it in my math class, got an A. So, hey, they liked it. But yeah, I guess that's
that was like how you got your feet wet into, you know, at least even posting online. Just posted, you already did an assignment, just throw it online, right?
My Narmac YouTube channel I created it as a YouTube channel to post my school projects in. So when I show them in school and I go on the teacher's computer and I go on YouTube, I just look up that channel and I just show it. That's why Narmac was created.
Yeah, and look where, and they told you, some people say school doesn't get you anything. Look.
I mean, I'm not doing crazy math or anything, but hey, those school projects got me into it.
Yeah, school projects. You gotta thank your teacher now. Just thank your love for animation, I guess. What do you feel about like because animating overall, even as someone doing manga, we do a series. Well, I do a series called Apple Blacks, published and serialized on Saturday AM. And Saturday PM is kind of like a more mature version of things. And so I do another series on there that's a little more mature, a little more seinen, less shonen. It's called Kakasi. And for an assignment as well, I did like a tiny little animation, right? And it was just a couple minutes. I did my best in it. In fact, I tried to make a fun video out of it because I also got an A from it. And
let's go, dude.
Yeah, you know, see, when I say I can relate, when I say I can relate, I can relate. I really mean it, you know? So I know how difficult animation is, especially because what I did wasn't even that long. So how do you feel about like that tedious nature of doing animation? Is it something you find fun? Are you like a one-man army, or do you have like a team that helps you at least currently? Like what do you got on that?
So one thing about me as an animator, which is I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. It's just how I did my journey, I guess, was I didn't really join an animation community, and I didn't really like at least when I started, like, learn the techniques like from a book or something and study it. I just kind of did it. Like, I just felt it, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just worked from there.
You didn't. What kind of like animation resources did you use to learn, or you just kind of eyeballed it? You're self-taught. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm completely self-taught. For resources, I don't know. Like I said before, I would just refer to cool scenes I've seen in anime, like some cartoons. Like, it doesn't have to be an anime, like Disney works, for example.
Yeah,
I would like watch them, but I wasn't like trying to study them. I would just be watching them for fun. And then when I animate, I'd be like, oh wait, I remember this like thing, and I would study like how they move. Like, for example, I would learn like, okay, so when someone's throwing a fist, the fist just doesn't stop where they throw it. Like, goes a little bit overboard because of the momentum, and then they bring it back.
Yeah.
And then I would just incorporate that kind of knowledge into like someone who's like, I don't know, like turning around or doing something and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
it wasn't really, not gonna lie, it wasn't a very organized process. I just went with the flow. But later on in my college years, I did study a little bit and try to actually like refine it. But yeah, I would totally recommend for anyone getting into it, like it'll probably save you a lot of time if you actually like sit down and study actual techniques and theories of animation.
Yeah,
buy
like
a book.
12 principles.
The Animator's Survival Kit. That is what I recommend.
Yeah, I think that you hear that all the time.
Richard Williams.
Yeah, I would recommend the same thing. And like what you said as well, I think you can combine the two. Kind of like look for inspiration and look out in the world, see what they're doing, and a lot of like YouTube tutorials too that can kind of
because honestly, animation, just like art, like the cool thing about it is, sure, there's one way you can go about it if you want it all anatomically correct and you want it to look awesome and the lighting to be super cool. But then you can just go in another direction and be like, no, I'm just going to do my own thing and just, create something, right? So it's all about like figuring out what you want to do, how you want to do it. Of course, having inspiration. I have great inspirations, like I mentioned before, but it's also a journey to kind of create something that you think is cool outside of your inspiration, not just copying what other people have done in the past.
Awesome. I think that's really good advice. I used to say the same thing. A lot of people want to make comics and things like that, and there's all these conversations about art style and developing that, and that kind of develops over time, and you kind of have your own voice and your own way of doing things. There isn't one way of doing it, and that applies to a lot of things. It applies to animation, applies to music, it applies to the whole shebang. Anything that can be under the umbrella of art, I think it applies to some degree. So I am with you, Joel. You probably get this question a lot, so this is an opportunity for you to kind of shut it down. What animation software do you use? Right?
Oh boy, what animation software?
Yeah, everything.
Well, everyone listening, I use Adobe Flash CS6. Right now, you can purchase it from subscription service on Adobe, but they rebranded to Adobe Animate CC. I don't have any experience in anime. I don't know if it's the same, if it's better or worse. I've heard like some people are having troubles with it, but what I use is Adobe Flash CS6.
Awesome. Is that all you use from start to finish, animation wise?
No, I use that to create the animation, and if there's any effects, like video effects, like shaky. Well, okay, I use Adobe Animate for the animation and the camera movements with VCam. But if there's additional shaky cam I want to implement, or if there's color correction or, lens flare or blah, 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 I use After Effects, Adobe After Effects. And then when I have all the clips visually done, I use Premiere Pro to put it all together and actually do the video editing with the sound and all of that jazz.
Sweet. And again, just to add to that, that's I'm sure a lot of people have answered that. Boom, there's your answer, right? You have a one-stop shop for that. Also, to kind of piggyback off of the last thing, where you kind of you can do things on your own. My animation, you can use Clip Studio Paint for the animation. Clip Studio Paint has like a new feature now. You can have like an audio track and put that in there, time things a little properly. You can do that with animation. I also use After Effects. for compositing. You put all the effects and like diffusion and all sorts of things. And then like you do with maybe Premiere, I can do it. You can do it with Final Cut Pro, which is what I use, and to kind of like cut it together. So there are many ways of doing the same thing. But if you wanted Narmac's special sauce, there you go. Yeah.
Honestly, like I really want to try to switch over to CSP because Flash is just so very limiting. If you ever used Flash before, like the things I do, like not stick figure kind of stuff or basic stuff, I try to get as complex as I can. And honestly, Flash cannot handle that. They definitely cannot handle that.
Well, Clip Studio Paint, it's good to know because I've been hearing a lot. I know some people that use Flash as well, and they still do like pretty good stuff. But from what I'm hearing, you can do some really dope stuff. But there is some headache that comes with it. That's the vibe I'm getting.
And you can still make. It doesn't matter. Like if you actually watch some animes, like there are a lot of animators who just use Flash, right?
Yeah.
But the problem comes when you're actually trying to create like a finished visual product with, shading and colors and, maybe there's some blur there. There's a background that's panning, that's super detailed and stuff. Yeah. That's when it gets problematic with Flash.
Yeah, it's really cool because with Clip Studio Paint, you can still do all like vector line stuff, and you can come up with like some really clean lines. Obviously, you can do some more in-depth art stuff because Clip Studio Paint can do some really cool, complex, almost Photoshop-like, if not Photoshop-like illustrations on there. So now you're not only getting what he's using, you're not getting what he could potentially be using in the future, Clip Studio Paint for the animation. So that's pretty dope. Do you ever plan on? I'm not sure you have it because most of your channel I've seen like finished stuff. Do you ever plan on doing like mini tutorials and stuff like that?
I made one back in the day, and I've always wanted to make more. It's just sitting down and creating it is time spent not sitting down and creating a video. So like, again, I don't know. I want to, but I have limited time, Maybe I'll make something in the near future. We'll see.
Awesome. So, okay, next, let's see. Before you created like the SpongeBob animation, and first, why SpongeBob?
Why SpongeBob? I like SpongeBob. Yeah.
That's it. Honestly, if that's it, that works. That's it. SpongeBob it was kind of like things you like in a hat, and you just happen to pick SpongeBob.
If you want me to answer why I made the opening one way back in 2017.
Yeah.
Well, I went to college from 2016 to 2019. Yeah. Am I getting those years wrong? No, maybe it was 2015, 2019. Yeah, 2015 to 2019, I went to college. And during my college years. What's that?
So we'll get you in post if it's wrong.
Okay, yeah. But I went to college for economics, not related to animation at all. And I graduated with economics. I have a BS or a BA in economics.
Accurately.
But while I was in college, after I graduated high school, when I started animation my senior year, I just kind of did it on the side for fun. It was a hobby. I made, the Attack on Ogre videos, like the SpongeBob anime videos, blah, blah, blah. The video that I created after I graduated was the Avengers one with Poe. So everything before Poe and after the Naruto video I made in college.
Yeah.
And the SpongeBob opening one, which I made in 2017, I made that towards the end of my sophomore year. And the reason I made it is very simple. All over the internet during that time, there was this meme of the Evangelion anime opening, but you take other characters and put them in like Hank Hill or just Jimmy Neutron or just something really funny. Yeah. And I like the idea of like these like cartoons and just random stuff having anime openings. But I was kind of disappointed because I'm like, it's just the same Evangelion, boring. I'm not trying to roast it, but I wanted something fresh. I wanted to see like Hank Hill fighting against like Boomhauer with Kamehameha or something.
Be the change you want to see in the world. Yeah,
for sure. So I was like, you know what? My next video, like, let's do something like that. Because I love anime openings. This is going to sound really weird. I like anime openings more than I like some animes. Like, there's a lot of animes I haven't watched, but I'll like their openings. Like, I like the song and the action and the animation.
Yeah. Is it possible for you to have an answer to the question that is, do you have like a favorite one, like a favorite one?
Oh, my favorite one.
For me, it would be Gintama opening one.
Gintama opening one. I've seen a few Gintama openings. They're really cool.
Hilarious.
Usually it's probably related to a shonen anime because they got that sick fight scenes in them.
Yep.
There's a bunch of Naruto ones. There's a few Bleach ones. Same studio made both animes, so they're always super chill.
Yeah, I like
I'd say if I were to give very specific ones, Naruto opening 5, which was when they try to get Sasuke back when he dipped from the village to get some power because he's a douchebag. But that one is just classic.
I hated that character during that.
You hate Sasuke? Yeah, I mean, the man wants his power.
Oh my god, him, Sakura, I couldn't stand him. I was like,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying he married Sakura, had a kid, and then when the kid was born, like, oh, I gotta go, you know, like I gotta repent for my sins. I gotta go like on an adventure. And she's like, oh, when are you gonna be back? Oh yeah, I don't know. Like, good luck with that baby. Bye.
Yeah. Shonen dads. There's like a thing with shonen dads, man. You know, they don't.
I think around. Naruto's a pretty good dad. It's just his son is like very.
Bad. A lot of people don't like at the Boruto. I think he's kind of spoiled.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, there is.
His dad's the president, and he's like still mad.
Well, that's unfortunate, bro. Because you, I'm sure everybody wanted to like him.
Yeah, I mean, if you've read it or looked at it recently, it's actually pretty decent. I might get into it again, but but back in the day, it was kind of rough. But anyways, back to why I created the opening one. So I explained, like, I was kind of like seeing those Evangelion openings. I'm like, you know what? I want to make an anime opening for like something that's not an anime, but I want to make it like an actual opening, like from scratch.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I chose SpongeBob. Everyone loves SpongeBob. I'm a huge fan of SpongeBob, if you couldn't tell already. I know all the references. I know all the jokes. Like, I've watched the classics. I don't watch the newer episodes, but I see like clips from him on YouTube, and you know, people knock him, but I still like it. You know, it's still cool.
Yeah.
So I chose SpongeBob, and I just kind of made it because it was fun.
that works. Probably maybe the square shape. Maybe I don't. It probably is not. Probably doesn't make it easier to animate, but maybe in some instances, you know, maybe I don't know.
It's a character design that is simple because it's also kind of difficult in a way, because if you ever seen SpongeBob directly from the side, it looks really weird because you can't see his face or anything.
Yeah.
But then so I kind of have to like play around with that and like animating a square guy moving. There's no references for a square man fighting. So I kind of have to just do my own thing. Squidward obviously is easier. He's just a dude.
Yeah, you make it work. I gotta give it that. When you started uploading all this stuff, like how did the feedback come about? Like, when did you start to really notice that, oh man, this is taking off? I'm expected to make more now.
Well, the first video that really got me on the map was Attack on Ogre, and I distinctly remember releasing that, and I got like a couple dozens of thousands of views, maybe hundreds of thousands. And I got up to 40,000 subscribers, and I was like, "Oh my god, that is so sick!"
Yeah.
And I kind of just made videos from there just for fun. Like, I had a stupid idea. I thought it'd be really cool. I would make it, and people would like it. SpongeBob anime opening one, another stupid shower thought I had. Made it. People really liked it. That one blew up because I don't know if it was on YouTube, like naturally, or on Twitter. It was getting reposted, and whoever originally reposted it on Twitter left out my name and all of that kind of stuff, so you wouldn't know who made it. Yeah. And that blew up. Really? Yeah, very unfortunate. I guess maybe I'm thankful for that because now people know I make it, but my God, it was like, imagine like making this thing that you spend like months on. It's like, oh, this is so amazing. I want to upload it. It's so much fun. And then you see everyone's watching it and reacting to it, and they don't know who made it because someone just reposted it.
Yeah.
So that really sucked.
Yeah, definitely not to that degree, right? But I did do like an illustration where I drew like the Incredibles, and I drew them as if they were in My Hero Academia, and that image just took over a lot of My Hero Academia pages on IG one morning, like a bunch, like 80% of them left my name out. And then
Yeah.
20, like maybe 10% of the 20 that did put a name, they put the wrong name because they got the image. They got the image from
Oh,
somebody.
no.
They got the image from somebody on Twitter. And even though the person on Twitter did mention me, right? Maybe they didn't even read the tweet. They just saw who posted it.
Mm-hmm.
And the person who even posted what I had already posted. So sometimes it's weird. Someone who posts what you posted, but their tweet do much better. But
yep, that's the thing about in the art world. Just you have to be very careful about it. Sometimes you have to just put a really ugly watermark on it because there's so many people out there who are just gonna take that, re-upload it, get the clout. Like, OMG, who made this? LOL. Like, they know who made it, but they just purposely left it out. Yeah. And you're just left in the dust. So it's really
at least your stuff got figured out. Speaking of things that got figured out, there was this whole debacle, where the video got taken down for at least a period of time or got suppressed or something. Something happened. Can you fill us in and how that got resolved?
Is that opening 1 or the episode 1? Because I had to deal with that for both of those.
Tell us what happened both, but especially the latest one.
All right. So opening 1 back in the day, I already was dealing with the freaking Twitter and no one knew I made it. I literally just made my Twitter account to tell people I don't have a Twitter account before then. I made it so I could comment, hey, I made this. My Twitter tag is Narmak13. That's because that's what Twitter gave me when I put in Narmak for my tag. Like, oh, this is already taken. Here's a number at the end. I'm like, sure, whatever. And I just took that and I said, hey, I made this. And it got kind of sorted out, I guess. It was good. But shortly after that, YouTube took my video down. And it was because it was flagged for spam. I don't know why or what the heck was going on there. But yeah, it was taken down for that reason. And I was like, what the hell? Like, what the freak is this, man? Like, and then everyone was reposting it and everything from before, and they were enjoying it. Like, there were reaction channels like reacting to it, and like, oh, it's so crazy. Yeah. But my actual video, the guy who made it, was taken down.
That's crazy.
So that was just really sucky. So and it got brought back a week later, I think, around a week later. But
that's a lot. It's just stupid. Lost views too. It's a shame.
I mean, I don't really care about the views. Like, as long as people know I made it, that's what's most important to me. Like, just credit me if you're gonna repost it on Facebook or something. You don't have to hide the credits,
The people who reacted to it, they give you credit, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'm not like roasting the reactors. Like, that's fine. I was just mad at YouTube because like they take my video down, but people who like have my video in their video are completely fine. That's like very. So it's nothing on the reactor people. Like, it's fine. But and most of them do credit and link and everything. Like, that's cool. But it's like, YouTube, what the hell are you doing? Come on.
So that happened to both videos, right?
That happened to both videos. Yep.
And then one morning they just gave you back.
Yeah, it just came back. This is opening 1. If we're talking about episode 1, that one's more complicated. That one was like spicier.
You do want to go into details of that one, or you want to leave it out?
Yeah, I'll TLDR it. So basically, one night, I think it was Friday night, the video was taken down. I got an email from YouTube saying, we have reviewed your video and we have decided that it is not child friendly because it is targeted towards families and young minors, and it is obviously not for families and young minors. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, I went on Twitter. I'm like, they took my video down. They say it's targeted towards kids. I distinctly put in the video, like editing, whatever, before you upload it, this is not made for kids. It is not for kids. Don't get it twisted. No. Yeah. And they still took it down because they're like, I think that's made for kids. I can't have that. So now it was taken down. Now
YouTube has an accent.
YouTube has a freaking hillbilly Cletus accent because that's how I see them nowadays. Like, completely unorganized, like run by bots. I don't know what's going on. And this is not knocking everyone who works on YouTube because works at YouTube, because there are really cool people who work at YouTube in different departments, from like the YouTube flagging whatever thing, like, I don't know, website design or whatever. And they contacted me and they're like, hey, we escalated it. I escalated it with my boss and they're going to try to figure it out or something. I'm like, oh, dude, thank you so much. So good on them. But the actual system that the YouTube has in place, the higher ups or whatever, completely broken, completely stupid, screws creators like me. I can work months on a video, taken down for a BS reason one day, and I had to basically yell and scream on Twitter, and hell, like we made like this custom hashtag Save SpongeBob Anime just to like create all this noise to like, hey YouTube, this is not right. Like all these, we're gonna give you so much bad PR. Like just put it back up. I just want you to put it back up. It's obviously a mistake. And it took like 2 or 3 days, but eventually I contacted YouTuber creator support. I don't know what they did, but eventually it was put back online. The creator support people also were really nice. Like they're just like people, right?
Yeah.
It's just whatever system YouTube's using that's really effed up. But one day it came back on. The reason I was given on one of the emails was like it was a mistake. So yeah, I don't know.
It's really scary and frustrating because like there are a lot of, if you didn't have somewhat of a following on like Twitter to get people riled up for it, like and get people behind you and kind of get that ball rolling. If the video wasn't as popular as it was, that kind of thing where will get their attention, there are a lot of people that just be screwed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they really need to fix their thing, and like it shouldn't even happen to begin with. Especially if they're gonna cases where channels get like strikes. You know, you get.
Oh yeah, they gave me a strike on my channel too, a community guideline strike.
For
the SpongeBob episode 1 when it was taken down because they said I was making a targeted kids YouTube video, but it wasn't for kids, so I broke their community guidelines. So they gave me a strike on my channel, and I had two. That means I had 2 strikes because I had a warning from one previous video, I had 1 strike from another previous video, and this would have been the 2nd strike.
Yeah.
And I think if you get like 3 strikes in a 90-day period or something, your YouTube channel is terminated.
Yeah.
So the strike I had before, the first strike was recent. The second strike was when SpongeBob was taken down. So if I were to theoretically upload another animation in that 90-day period and they took it down and gave me a community guideline strike, my YouTube channel would be gone, just Thanos snapped out of existence.
That sucks.
So that was what really concerned me. Like I didn't do anything wrong, and they're gonna delete my channel potentially. I don't know what to do.
Did they take it out?
Oh yeah, they took it out. They said it was a mistake. They removed the strike. They put the video back up, thankfully. But dude, every time I upload, do I have to like
panic,
cross my fingers and hope this doesn't happen? Like I don't know what I did wrong. I remember I told the community support guy like, hey, please review our, like, I understand what happened. Like, please review our community guidelines. Like, make sure your videos, like, follows this. I'm like, yeah, I did review it. I don't know what I did wrong. I'm completely in the dark here, man. What's up? And then he escalated it, and it got figured out. So props to that guy. But
yeah. So that guy's the real MVP. YouTube's trash. That guy.
Yeah, again, like, a lot of the people who work in YouTube who helped me, who I had to go out and, well, some of them contacted me, like the workers who work in like other departments, but the creator support, I had to go and contact them to hopefully get it figured out. The team YouTube people, I didn't really get a reply from them. So I don't know what they said. They would reply to me, but I didn't really get anything. When I tried to appeal the strike through YouTube's automatic system, they rejected my appeal. They said we reviewed it and we are going with our previous decision. So I thought I was super screwed at that point. I was like, oh my God.
It's probably automated.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. That's the thing. I don't know. I was not contacted directly by an actual human being. I was just given 2 emails and that's it. I had to do all the work. And not only me, like all my supporters and fans, and like they raised a ruckus. Like some of the voice actors actually are the ones who started the hashtag, and I just kind of like helped spread it. But it was very amazing, the support and the help I got from everyone.
I saw it trending, and immediately I saw it trending because I have my whole thing with YouTube. I knew what it was about. I didn't need to click on it to know what happened.
Yep. You feel the pain, huh?
Yeah. That was even before I had even watched the end. I just saw SpongeBob. But okay, I know what's going on. But I had
that's so sad.
I had a feeling it would be resolved once there's, usually they panic once there's that much attention.
Yeah, like at that point I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna keep doing this, keep like spreading it, like just bring my video back. I don't care whatever reason you guys had. It's obviously a mistake. There was a bot. This is not made for kids. I'll stop like tweeting this. I just want to move on, work on a new project, just bring my video back. And then they brought it back.
So speaking of people that helped rally that, some of the other MVPs that helped bring that to bring your video back, like the music composers, voice actors, anybody that sticks out of your mind, like how did you kind of get the voice actors? Who else do you have on your team, like creating the music? Because some of the stuff is like Japanese music too, right? So it's like who else is on your voice actors, music? Or
the people who helped. I'll give them the shout outs. Yeah. So the people who helped make this episode, I'll just like go through who everyone is and what they did. Yeah. So the music was created by two people. One is called Sander the Composer, and we could leave links in the description or something, I guess, if you're cool with that. So the music was created by two guys. One is Sander the Composer, and the other is named Seikara. All the music was created from scratch by those two guys, so they're really cool. I helped kind of steer the direction of the music. Like I worked really closely with Sander the Composer. Like I was literally on like Discord screen share with him, and he would be making the music, and I would give suggestions and say, try this motive or try this thing or blah, 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 or make this adjustment. So I was really like intertwined in the music creation with him. But of course, he's like the man who actually creates it. So full shout out to him. Really amazing guy. Yeah. Seikara, he more just did it independently. I just said, hey, here's like maybe a reference track, or here's like this, go at it. He made something, sounded sick. Nice. So those are those two. And the sound effects are made by Strelok. Okay. He has worked with me for sound effects in a lot of videos. So in most of my videos I have online right now that have sound effects, maybe at least half, I did by myself. I don't like it. I really don't like sound design because it's just such a pain, like making sure all the volumes are correct. Like if you need a sound effect, you have to like make it yourself or scourge the internet to find a sound effect. I would literally like download 20-minute long video just to get a sound effect for like 1 second in that video. I can relate. It was so painful. So Strelok is amazing sound designer. You can see his work in the SpongeBob episode 1 and some of my other videos, like the Avengers one. A lot of really cool sound effects he can do. He's really awesome. Okay. So that's music, sound effects. Now voice acting. I was connected with someone named John Wang, who is a voice acting director. I met him a little bit over a year ago, I think, and he basically wanted to work with me to do the voices for this. And I was like, let's go, dude. And he's a voice director for a lot of productions like in Japanese and I'm assuming in English. I'm not sure exactly what they work on, and I don't know if I should know that, but they do a lot of like professional stuff. And he basically kind of contacted me and like, I want to help you make this. I'm like, dude, that sounds dope. Let's do it. And yeah, he basically organized the voice actors for that. And he himself actually voice acted. He was Bubble Bass and Mr. Krabs in Japanese. So
that's cool. You have in Japanese, right? Was there anything in English? It was mostly in Japanese, and then have like subtitles, right?
Yeah. So I was the one who wrote the script and did all of that.
Yeah.
And I basically showed him the storyboard with. Okay, so how I did this was I made a storyboard, and then I made a script, and I made a storyboard, and then I voice acted the entire thing myself to like kind of show how it's supposed to be. Yeah. This is like a very hidden version of the entire short, voice acted by me. It's in the vault. I don't know if I'll release it. It's really it's makes scary. Me cringe. But I gave that to John, and he basically kind of used that as reference. Maybe he didn't even need that. I just gave it just in case. Yeah. And he worked with the voice actors, directed them. I think if I remember correctly, they, in between like actual jobs they do, they kind of have free time. So I just kind of did it for fun in their free time. I'm not entirely sure. You can actually, I could contact you with John if you want to ask him that, but they did that. And there's an English dub that is going to come out very soon that we are wrapping up production on, where John and I put out a casting call on a website called what's it called? Casting Call Club?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
CCC, Casting Call Club. And we basically found an English cast for the dub. And we wanted to differentiate the Japanese dub and the English dub. Japanese, you've heard it, very serious. Like these characters are very anime, like like very deep. If you heard Patrick, like that ain't Patrick in the English show, right? But in the English dub, we wanted to make it more fun, unique, and different from the Japanese dub. So we have English voice actors who are like the original cast.
Okay.
Right? Like Patrick sounds like SpongeBob. What's going on, SpongeBob? He sounds like that. Sandy's like SpongeBob, like with the Texas accent and everything. Yeah, so it's its own unique thing.
Yeah. But we're kind of dealing with that a little bit because I'm doing like not a full-on animation, more like a motion comic with voice actors for for the early chapters of Apple Black, and I kind of have somebody, like 2 people helping me put that together. It was like Ronald Starr and Chastity Connors, kind of almost like they're more in tune with the voice actor community. So we had like a casting call. So I can relate to some of the stuff that you're talking about. So that would be cool, and it'll also be cool to kind of hear the not just English dub, but English dub that's more in line with the original voice actors. So yeah, that'd be.
And the English dub, I had to. So the English dub has different timings for the lines. Like some go long, some go shorter, some like have different inflections. So I had to go through the entire short. I had to choose. So I took all the takes the voice actors did, and I put them in the best takes or the ones that fit the best. I redid the timings on scenes that needed different timings and different movements and stuff. And I reprocessed it through After Effects and Premiere Pro and all that kind of jazz. Oh, it was a lot of work, but
I'm impressed by the whole, putting everything together. I think it's impressive. It's very impressive.
Thank you.
Good to hear.
If you want like a lowdown on how I make my videos before short 1, so starting off, I did all the sound design. I did all the visuals you see. I literally did everything. The only thing I didn't do was the music. I've never created music in my life, so I usually just use some like video game OST or something that I really like in the animation. Then I found Strelok down the line, and he helped me out with the sound effects in quite a bit of my videos, and he's just obviously so amazing. Then Sandra the composer, he's created some original music for my videos. Most of his work in my videos were like little musical notes, I guess, for like certain scenes, not actual like compositions.
Yeah.
I know in the Avengers animation, I wanted to use the Avengers trailer music, but it was copyright. So he actually created that trailer music, but did it in like a Chinese style to fit like Kung Fu Panda, which is really dope. And then nowadays, on the voice acting, I mostly did by myself. Like most of my videos, I'm just a guy sitting there doing stupid voices. But with SpongeBob episode 1, John contacted me, hit me up. We have amazing Japanese voice actors, an amazing English amazing English cast. So it's really sick.
That's really cool. You definitely don't want to use the Avengers, but you don't want to give YouTube another reason.
Yeah.
so B words. So next question we want to kind of go over would be, what overall would you say is like you're most excited during the whole making process? What's the most difficult and or most exciting moments of the entire process?
The most difficult, there's 2 things, I guess. There's like the actual creation, and then there's the tedium of like actually like putting it out as a real product or a real video you can watch. So one difficult thing is creating the storyboard and the animated outline that I do to actually like visualize the animation from my mind into something that I can actually work on. And that's difficult just because you're working from scratch. You have to like create the scenes from scratch, like the background layouts. You have to where the characters are, blah, 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 how they're going to move. That is fun to do for me, but it's difficult because, you're doing it from scratch. Now, the other difficult part is now that you have everything laid out and you know exactly how all the scenes are going and everything's storyboarded and you have some rough keyframes that you have an idea of the characters and how they're going to move, you have to actually create that. And I wouldn't say that's really difficult in terms of like the creative process, but it's more difficult because I have to sit my booty down, work hours and hours a day, and just make sure I do all the frames and draw the lines and all this and that and blah blah blah. It's a very tedious process. I just put on like a podcast or listen to music, and I just grind away. So
awesome.
Those are the two difficult things.
So right now, awesome. Thanks for all of that. And right now, kind of want to go through kind of like the long stretch to close out the video. Just really quick answers. And if you want to talk a little bit after, just think of this as like the quick fire round, right? So favorite
rapid fire.
Yeah, rapid fire. Thank you. Rapid fire. My brain was not helping. It was not helping. Favorite anime and or manga that you're consuming right now?
Oh boy, it's supposed to be rapid fire. You asked me that question.
Rapid fire, gun to your head. You can only name only name three.
Three, okay. Part 1 of Naruto, always a classic. I love it.
Okay.
JoJo.
Okay.
I love JoJo.
Favorite part.
Favorite part. Part 2. Part 2 with Joseph. He's the OG. Well, he's not the OG, but he's my OG. And third one, there's just so many good ones.
You can only pick 3.
I'll just leave it at those 2 if you're okay with that. Yeah, because the third one is like everything else I love.
Yeah, okay. Any love at all for making, like, telling your own original stories, comics? Have you ever made one?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Basically, well, SpongeBob episode 1 is kind of like that, right? Where it's an original story based off SpongeBob, but something completely from scratch, original. I'm open to it in the future, but right now I'm just kind of working on animation and trying to become better as an animator and having fun with it. So.
Okay. Top 3 things you like to do, maybe hobbies outside of animation?
I like me some video games, playing some strategy games or shooters or that kind of stuff.
Awesome. Anyone worth mentioning?
I'm playing Apex right now. Apex Legends.
Cool.
I don't like battle royale games, but that game is actually really fun. Free to play. Give it a shout out. No monetization. You don't have to buy anything.
Yeah, that's good. Those suckers, they try to get you with that. Get you moolah.
No, man, this game is really good. I know it's made by EA. Everyone has an EA hate boner, but this game, they did a really good job.
Yeah, I do like FIFA, especially in the older days. I used to really like. Recently now, I don't know.
Well,
but
you're not gonna like my opinion on sports games, but
you hate it.
If it's fun for you,
yeah.
I just think I don't understand people who buy it every year. It's like basically the same game. I'm not trying to hate.
That's the thing. That's where you can get like pissed off, and it's warranted completely. So if I
was a FIFA fan, I would be mad. I'm like, dude, can you like support the game and actually make it really dope and like
if I were
create some new content?
What I'll do is I'll buy one, but then I'll take some years off, right? So I remember I bought like 07, and I didn't play it again. Like I didn't buy it, like me buy it again until like maybe FIFA 12. You know, so that was we went next gen before I bought another one. But
that's good.
But you know, I do agree they need to do a whole lot more. FIFA 20, that was abysmal. It was abysmal. Anyways,
oh boy.
When I hit to poop on FIFA, I also played DMC, Devil May Cry games, hack and slash games that you can just shut your brain off. I used to like Metal Gear, but nowadays they're like so realistic. I'm just like, this is like math. This is. I went from college, like a college class, and I feel like I'm entering another college class.
No, dude, you should play Metal Gear Solid 5. That game is so much fun. It's not complicated at all. I mean, it might look so, but
yeah,
Metal Gear Solid 5. Just run around, just do stupid stuff, have fun.
I'll because you said it, I'll give it a try. What about real quick music? Any
music?
What you listen to? Favorite artist?
I love soundtracks for like movies, games, all that kind of stuff. Or just think on the top of my head, like the soundtrack for Man of Steel, I think is so amazing. So sick.
I
would have totally used it in a video if it wasn't copyright claims. So
I do like
there's that. It's just so Hans Zimmer did an amazing job there. I love you know, back in my middle school days, Edgy Boy, got my boy Linkin Park, my band, the classics. Rip Chester, he's a good guy.
Yeah. I love
anime openings. I do like some of those.
Yeah. I like scores too. I like a couple anime openings. Westworld soundtrack, TV show soundtrack, Game of Thrones, Watchmen. A lot of HBO stuff is like on point. A lot of movies. A lot of movies too.
I mean, if you watch any of my animations with soundtracks in them, you can kind of tell my taste. Like I use a lot of game soundtracks, movie soundtracks, like Final Fantasy 15. I love the score from there. Pretty. Yeah, I'm not a very hidden man in my music tastes.
That's pretty good, pretty dope. Then after that, you know, I like hip hop. I make some music sometimes. Hip hop, a little alternative rock. Eminem to me is, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Last one, you have anything you can tease right now regarding future projects planning to create? Or in fact, before that, are there any more frequently asked questions that you get that you just want to get off your chest right now before we get to anything you could tease?
If you want SpongeBob episode 2, it's going to come out. Just be patient. And it's probably not going to come out before I make some other stuff because I'm trying to retain my sanity, man. I want to make some other stuff, you know? If I just made SpongeBob all day, it wouldn't be as good as me actually sitting down and wanting to make it. All my videos are made because I have a cool idea and I want to make it, not because I want to make a video to get views. So gotta be patient.
And I'm guessing you get that question a lot.
Yes, I do. Oh, if there's just people ask me, is there a SpongeBob manga? No, there's not. But feel free to make one. If you see something online, like a manga page, and I made it, it was because I was bored in college between classes, and I just made it for fun. There's like literally 3 pages. It's not something real, but if you want to make it, my boy, like go make it. I'll support it. Anyone want to make it? That's fine.
So regarding maybe the other stuff you want to do, anything you want to tease, you know, before we kind of dip?
I am working on 2 projects right now.
Big as you want.
And they're really cool. One is an actual short, like with voice acting and stuff. And the other is another anime opening, but it's not for SpongeBob.
Okay.
So
and they're not original stuff. They're like, you know, a parody of something else again.
One of them is, the short is very, okay, so you know I made these Johnny videos. Yeah. I don't know if those are original or parody, because it's parody of like the stupid song with the animations, but the characters are kind of the original. So it's kind of like that, I guess.
It's original-ish.
Original-ish. Like it's like its own thing. So the one I'm working on is mostly original, quote unquote. It has one character I'm sure many people recognize and enjoy that I have animated in the past, but has not made an appearance in a very long time. And the anime opening is just a parody straight up. I love making the parody anime openings. Like I said, I love watching anime openings. So that one is going to be really sick. I have to create an original song for it or have someone create an original song for it. So it might be a little bit before that comes out. But once it does, it'll be sick.
At least for the original stuff, you're less likely to have any. They can surprise me, but they'll be less likely to have any YouTube shenanigans on that.
I hope not. Like everything is created from scratch. So if they try to take it down, I'd be like, I'm done. Like, what am I going to do here? I'm just going to go work in a factory. I'm done with this.
Yeah, I feel you. So that's all we got. Unless you have any more things, any more stuff you want to add on here. But this has been a blast. I hope you enjoyed this as well. And I hope everybody
yes.
Video too.
I'm not the best interview giver or interviewee, but
you were great.
I had a lot of fun. Yeah.
I think hopefully, you know, the video sounds and looks like $1 million, and everybody gets to see it and stop asking repetitive questions because I think.
No hate, guys, but I can only take what animation software do you use, or is there SpongeBob Part 2? for so much time before I go crazy, right?
We love you guys. But yeah,
Love
he
you.
loves you guys. He loves you guys for
I
sure.
love you guys.
But yeah. So that's it, guys. Everybody who's come to the video, please don't forget to share it so more people can leave Narmak alone with the same questions. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on other creators like Narmak you would want to see interviewed on this channel, because we're going to be doing a whole lot more on this channel. So make sure you are subscribed. Go subscribe to Narmak if for whatever reason you're watching this video and you don't know who that is, but you've been check his
Hi
out.
guys, I'm Narmak. Check out my channel.
Check out his channel. Go subscribe to his channel. Go watch all the SpongeBob stuff and all the drama surrounding the YouTube stuff as well. I'm sure you'll find some of it entertaining. And that's it. That's it, guys. So I'm
Awesome.
on the mouth. Saturday I'm out. Narmak, any last words?
Have a good day.
Any inspirational words for aspiring animators who want to be like you, who want to be like Narmak when they grow up?
Keep at it. It's a grind. Have fun with it. It's gonna be very hard, but you gotta glue your booty to that chair, get that wrist with your pen, and just animate all day.
Awesome. And the only thing I'll add to that is just keep going out. Like you said, everything he said, but then prepare yourself for luck when it comes so you can take advantage of it, because you do need some kind of luck sometimes.
That is definitely part of it.
Thanks for watching, guys.